So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. And that gets things running.
There's Lamine Yamal, Peter, the latest Spanish superstar. I'd like to see him get a lot of freedom on that right wing.
And is that his best position?
I'd say so, Peter. With him being left-footed, he can cut inside, but he's such an all-round threat. He has that blistering pace that he can use to beat the best defenders. And it's very difficult to stop him once he starts linking up with others, once he's made that inside run.
Raya gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted. Messi. Fernandez makes the interception. Paredes. And it's Fernandez. And it's Doué. Now that looks a decent ball. Schlotterbeck clears. And we have our very first corner. Van Dijk is there, and he can get that clear. He's being urged to shoot. And now they can spring out of defence. And he welcomes it in. Pass is intercepted. He's having a pop! Now, who's going to be first to this? Doué, very much the man of the moment. Still goalless. Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. Aimed beyond the defence. Nicely shaped ball. Well read, and the danger is averted. Van Dijk. Paredes. Just more than 15 minutes till half-time. And it's Paredes. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Oh, what a mistake! Haaland. Barcelona. Oh, that's ambitious. Yamal. Fernandez, and that interception was most necessary. Alexander-Arnold. And anyone who's joined us late, I can confirm that in terms of goals, at least you've missed nothing. Oh, he's found support out wide. And it's been hooked away. Barcelona have reclaimed it. Here's Haaland. Paredes. Camavinga. And the referee says that is that for the first half. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here.
Glad to inform you that today's
What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Well, there's no way to disguise the fact that they've been poor. Not a single shot on goal tells you all you need to know, Peter. Everything seems a little hurried to me, a little rushed, panicked even at times.
Well, generally speaking, an entertaining half. Lack of goals a notable thing, but that's not to say it hasn't been very watchable. Back on the way then. So the first half brought no goals. He's going for goal! Oh, and that one's done no damage in the end.
Yeah, we can't fault him for the attempt, although it might have been a case of momentary tunnel vision then.
Somewhat off target. Yamal, the man with the tools to make a difference here. Great defending, strong and determined. Still waiting for the game to take off here, 0-0. Now he's got space here. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Barcelona are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Haaland! Oh, off the bar! But he's left disappointed.
Well, was he a little smarter then, Peter, than he needed to be? I'm not sure he needed to cut it as fine as he did. He had enough of the goal to aim at.
Camavinga tries to pass it through. Schlotterbeck picks it up now. And it's Messi. Nice sequence of passes, this. That's going to go a long way. Oh, he's done very well to take that back. Well into the second half, and still there's nothing between them. Hazard.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Fernandes. And there's green grass ahead of him. He's got plenty of space out wide. And Messi! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Fernandes. And here's Messi. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. That has not gone well. Nicely aimed pass. He's in a good... There's the shot! Incredible! Just incredible! Has he won it? He just might have won it! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So the first goal of the game. Doué. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Oh, he's brought him down, and it is a penalty. So a big chance now from 12 yards. No second thought, a straight red card. Barcelona are down to 10 men.
Had too much room. It was one of those instances when desperate measures were called for, and it was a reckless lunge.
Raya to save this spot kick and his team. Calm as you like, and they're running away with it. A time for a cool head, and that is precisely what he showed.
Well, I'm not sure.
And that will be it. Well, don't you just love it when a plan comes together? Victory never in doubt in the mind of the mastermind in all of this. A solid win, which will be welcomed all round. Messi, voted man of the match, and deservedly so.
Immediately.
This is where they want to be, one small step away from greatness. Win today, and they will be up there amongst the elite. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. Well, we're on the way. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, Peter, it's hard not to be impressed with the all-round capabilities of this guy, Mateo Kovacic. The Croatian really is one of the best central midfielders around. He does work best in a midfield three, I would say, but he's not really someone who can play as a single pivot. He'll be busy breaking lines once he gets into that left channel.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. Now it's Doué. And that's gone behind for a goal kick. Fernandez picks it up from the goal kick. Paredes. And it's Fernandez. Defending here is really tight. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And he has been fouled there. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture. It's a good 35 yards out, this. They're taking a moment to consider their options.
It was a sterling effort, and at least he kept it on target. And it was worth a go.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Brilliantly cut out. He's got away. Camavinga. No goals as yet. Couldn't squeeze it through. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Tries to pass it through. Fernandez. Not getting too much time on the ball here, that is good pressing. Now Van Dijk. Oh, that pass isn't the best. He is through here! He leaps for it! Goal! Paris Saint-Germain! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
So we have the first goal.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Paris Saint-Germain with the corner, they're first. Romero attempts a clearance. He's come in hard.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Kovacic. Now this could be a chance. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. That is ended up in no man's land. Messi knocks it into space. Looking for options for movement. And now the breakaway. Van Dijk cuts out the pass. Doué, someone who is excelling. That's the end of the first 45. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
It's been a pretty tepid display. They'll want to use this break wisely to regroup and come out with some fresh initiatives. This is all still very salvageable, maybe even winnable.
Well, that just about sorts out the first 45 minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon. We're already back up and running after half-time.
It's not easy being down in situations like this. I know it's...
He's had a shot! Van Dijk. Forwards and with intent. Some front-footed pressing going on here. And he's there to retrieve it. Alexander-Arnold. Fernandez. Now it's Martinez.
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
That's really well manoeuvred. Nicely shaped ball. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Paredes. Now by a goal, needing to go up a gear. That's how it looks here. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Romero gets across to intercept that. That'll be a throw-in. That's gone route one. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah! And that is wildly off target.
He just didn't catch that one right, and he knows it.
And again, they run up against stubborn defending. Camavinga cuts it out. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, there really isn't enough happening up front, Peter. They just haven't been afforded much by way of creating chances. They must start showing some bite.
Diaz! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
Caresses it through. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it.
It's pretty much standard practice these days.
Now there's a fine ball. Can he finish? And yes, it's there! And that should do it! Within sight of the finish line. Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
Paris Saint-Germain are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, I think it's just the reward for their application. They've played with great courage to try and kill this off, and for me, it looks like they've just about done it.
Good take, and can he finish? Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff. Was there ever any doubt?
Well, how's that for composure, Peter? You can see the keeper tried to put as much pressure on him by staying upright, but it didn't faze him, not in the slightest.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done.
Has been indicated.
A case now of complete control.
Well, that's really winded.
And that is it. The referee has seen enough. A tale of 2 teams, one irresistible, unstoppable, the other fragile and seemingly clueless. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Well, there was a distinct lack of clarity or commitment in everything the players were trying to do. Looking